So student, today we have operator overloading in Python programming. Operator overloading means giving extended meaning beyond their predefined operational meaning. So for example, I am taking a very simple example of the plus operator. So plus operator used to add two integers value, as we know from the since childhood we are always seeing our mind, and we are seeing on the different paradigms. That is a plus operator is used to add only two numbers only. But in the programming, whether talking about Java programming, you can use this plus operator to add two different strings. So this is known as the concatenation operator or merging operator in the Java programming. So here in the Python programming, we don't need to define anything, but by the help of the search operator, that is plus operator, we can add the numbers in a string as well. So this operator is overloaded by the integer class or string class. That is the point. So you might have noticed many times that is the same built-in operator or the function shows that different behavior or for the objects of different classes is called operator overloading. So what I'm just giving, I'm just typing a very simple program to understand what is the operator overloading. Okay. So it's very simple program. No need to understand right now any class. Just print 1 plus 2. So what it will do, it will add the two numbers. And I'm writing again the print my name. Okay, two string I'm adding, and then I'm just putting like this one. I'm executing this code. Now you will be able to see the output. What the output we are getting. This plus is an operator which is overloaded on the two kind of the class. One is an integer class, and next one is string class. Okay, so seeing this kind of situations, we have an integer and a string class. So this operator is overloaded on the integer class followed by the string class, and that is the beauty of the operator overloading. From this point, you can also use the many things in the Python programming. Just like simple example, I'm taking just let me write one more thing for your idea purpose. 9 multiplied by the 9. So we will see in the Python programming we can also do the 9 multiplied by just KUS. I'm just writing here and putting the space. So now you will see the beauty of this code as well. What we are getting. So this is the point. So that's the point we have to keep in mind. We can use the operator, a plus operator for learning purpose as an operator. So here implicitly it is overloaded. So the question we should have in our mind, how to overload the operators in Python programming. So suppose we have two objects. So which is a physically representation, of a user that is class defined data type, and we have a two objects and binary plus operator. So it throws an error because compiler don't know how to add two objects. So we define a method by the operator, by the function, by the concept that is known as the for operator. And the process is called the operator overloading. This means compiler doesn't know how to add. So by the manually by the user defined we can do. But here the by putting the plus operator between the two integer values and two string values, it is concatenating or it is just doing the addition operator operations. That is only beauty of the implicitly, but user definedly we can also do. So I'm just taking the example, we can also use a two object that are physical representation of your class, that is user defined or type. So we have to add the two objects with a binary plus operator, and it throws an error because compiler don't know how to add the two objects. So we can also do the manually this thing that is known as user defined operator overloading, and this is concept which is known as the operator overloading. So we can overload all the existing operators, but we can't create the new operator. Please keep in mind, we can't create the new object. We don't have a right to define the any operator as according you need. That is the point. So to perform operator overloading, Python provides some special function or a magic function. Sometimes it is known the magic function. You can also go through the different books or sources. This is also known as the magic function, or this is also known as the some special functions. And what are the special function, magic function? I will tell you by the ending of this operator overloading part. But in the during the program time, I will explain. and that is automatically invoked when it is associated with the particular operator. So for example, I'm just taking the example of the plus operator, and the magic method will be double underscore add and then double underscore, just like the double underscore init. So what I'm using the init method to make my constructor of a class. Okay, so that's the point. So if I need to put overload the plus operator, I need to use the double underscore add and then double underscore. If I'm using the minus, then I have to use the minus double score minus double underscore minus or subtract, we can say, and double score. I need to use the division operator. I need to take to as an overload. So double underscore, then div and then double score. Let me write over here what I mean to say that uh, we can overload operator by magic functions, or these are the known as the special functions. Let me take the example of these one. So what are the example? See, I'm putting the a underscore double add and this one. This is for what? For plus operator. Okay. Next example I can take here for your idea purpose. I am taking this one div. Okay. So for what this operator? I need to overload the multiplication. Suppose that. So I mul. Okay. So this example we can say right like this one. So these are the concepts which are known as the double underscore a, double d, double underscore this one. These are known as the magic functions. We will see by the program as well. And other when we have the suppose I need to overload greater symbol, just like the relation operator we can say. So I can write the GT. Okay. So this is what actually GT means greater, greater than, greater than equal to, greater than less than or equal to. So for what this is used for the greater than only. So we can also use. So these are what these are known as the magic functions. Okay. So this is the point we have to keep in mind. Now, so overloading the binary operator in Python programming. When we use an operator for user defined data type or on the user defined data type, then automatically a special function or magic function, as I'm writing here, the underscore AWD associated with the data operator is invoked automatically. That's the beauty of the Python programming. And changing the behavior of the operator isn't simple as changing the behavior of a method or function. So what we have to, we need to define such function by using the double underscore add, double underscore GT, and then double score, of course. So we can change its behavior by putting into a function. So what we can do, we need to define the def double underscore add and then double underscore. So we are op- overload the plus operator by changing its behavior by defining the function method. So you define methods in your class, and operators work work accordingly to that behavior defined in methods. So when we use the plus operator, the magic method, that is a double underscore add. I'm speaking over here because we need to operator overload only the plus operator right now or today. So that's why I'm taking this example, focusing especially this concept right now, and invoke in the which operator operation, that is the plus operator, is defined. So thereby changing this magic methods code, we can give the extra meaning to the plus operator. Let me explain right now the thing by the program. So what I'm doing, just I'm just taking the simple concept. I hope the everything will be clear in your mind. Uh, Example of plus operator to overload. I'm creating class X. Okay, that's my class only. And then I'm defining this constructor. So undoubtedly by help of this one, this is the way I can do. Okay, now you're already familiar with this one. What I have to pass? I have to pass only this one. A, I'm just passing only. Okay, nothing else. Put the semicolon. And I'm just taking any variable a, b, c, whatever the value I just want to take, this will come to the here. Semicolon optional, and this is the our function is defined. Now I need to write a code to add two objects. Okay, two objects. Two objects cannot be added by the plus operator, but by the help of the our this concept we can do. So this is known as the operator overloading. So add two objects. Let me write correctly. Yeah, two objects. Okay. So how I can add it? I just need to define a function double underscore a double d. Okay, you can easily see over here now. And then I'm just taking the self, and then I'm taking variable o a b. Okay, you can take the b for learning purpose only, and it will return. Okay, it will return self dot a plus self dot b. Now this is a class is created, and now let me check whether the class is perfectly created or not. So I'm executing this code in front of you. Now there is no issue. Now go to the new one. So what is our responsibility? To create the two different objects. So how we can create the object? First I'm creating the ob1. Okay. ob1 is my object. First I'm creating of the class a, and then what I'm passing here 100. Okay, I'm creating another object ob2, and then I'm passing 200. Okay, this is the point. Now I'm creating another object tree. So another what I'm doing, I'm just putting the my name over here, and next I'm creating the object 4. Okay, a, and then putting the this one. Okay, two string. Let me take the space over here because it will add. Then what we can get it. Now what I'm doing now, I'm printing ob1 plus ob2. What it will gives? Can anyone tell me right now what output we can get it? Yes, tell me what is the output we can get it. Yes, tell me. Now look at the code and tell me the answer. For a helping purpose, I can speak when it will call. So what would be the value of the a? 100. Tell me yes or no.
Yes.
Ho- Yeah, holding by the object one values. Now this is the value. This is the a value which is holding by the 200 by the object ob2. So this a will not be replaced by the 200, because this a belong to the this 100 value belong to the, or we can say the value belong to the ob1. Okay, value of ob1. Same I'm writing here, value of ob2. So when I'm calling the ob1 ob2, so this operator, that is this function, I'm writing here for your note purpose, and it will help you. This will be invoked. Okay, please keep in mind. Let us check, are we going to the right direction or not. Okay, so we are getting the error. Can anyone tell me right now a is not defined? What's the error?
The class name is X.
Super. This is the kind of the observation I need to see. So that's the point. I need to put the X. Yeah. Now let me execute once again. Now you can see again what is the error we are, why we are getting.
The
Just
add
look.
method is not invoked.
X object no attributes B. That's the reason we are getting. So what the changes we have to do? What is the error? X object has no attribute B. Yes, I need the answer because your observation is more important. You have already gone to the class and class libraries and Python programmings. So I need the answer from your side.
Sir, obj1.a plus obj2.a.
You are just looking into the C++ concept. Okay, first let me make this object as a string, and then we will see. Now still we have an error. Yes, tell me because everything is in front of you. Everything is in front of you. You need to give the answer because this is the small programming which will make you help to understand the code. This is a small thing you will always do the examination time. So to avoid all these things. X object has no attribute B. This is the problem we are getting. Okay, so what is the problem we are getting?
Just return self dot a plus b.
We see, please keep in mind, yes, answer is in front of you, but I need the answer from your side as well.
It should be just b, not self dot b.
It should be B or it should be A dot B can take. Okay, still unsupported type of the this one. I'm just doing A is not defined. Sorry, this one X. Sorry, not A. X has no attribute B. Let me take uh, uh, A, and this should be the self dot B. Still we have a problem. So everything is in front of you. I have changed according you need. So tell me. See, this is the constructor is perfectly clear, no doubt. X is our class name we have created. Okay, and this one we are taking the variable A. So what is the value will come to the constructor will pass to the A, no doubt. Okay, so object is created. The problem is coming over here in the OB1. Now come to this one. When this function will print OB1 plus OB2 we are calling, the error is coming over here. So here what we are passing, that is B. So if we're passing the V, so V is another values that could be the part of the our class X. So we can take B dot, what is the value? What is the value? Here it could be the self dot A and B dot A. So we are taking that part. So let me check. Now it is run 100. So can anyone explain what I have changed something over here? So what we have received?
So we were receiving the instance of class X, so we just had to get the value out of that instance.
Yeah, yeah. So in the OV1, what we are passing in the OV1. So the OV1 will come to over here. So the value which is already hold by the OV1, that is 100. Okay. So that's why the self dot a. So here what we need, self dot a will hold the value 100, and b is the value of which one? B is the value of the which one? Tell me. That is the this function. Okay, and this is holding by the which of this one, a. So v dot a just hold the value 200 of the another object, that is ob1. So that's why we are getting the 300 over here. Now if I'm executing this code, now same thing, we can go for the string and print ob3 plus ob4. So we will see the sum output. Let's check it. So we are getting this output. So v dot a just holding the value of, because in this v, see, when I'm calling the ob2, I'm passing ob2. So b here, b will be if the reference of ob2 object. That's the point. Okay, obj object, and with the help of the such object, I am calling a value. So which is called to be calling, that is only 200 only, and self dot a just hold the value of the its constructor value, that is 200. So this is the only reason we are getting the 300. Now this is clear right now. Tell me yes or no. B just fetching the value of, say here ob2 is just a passing parameter, and in the double underscore add in this method, that is a object operator overloading kind of function, magic function we can say. B just receiving the value or keeping the reference value from the object, and that is object we can say ob2. So that's the reason here b will be the receiving parameter, and that will be treated as a object. So b will be the object, and with the help of the b object, and b will be the keep the reference of the object 2, and by the help of this object we can call the a value, that is the 200 which is passing. So this will be the answer to 300. So this is simple example of the operator overloading, the basic example I have taken. Now the picture is clear. Yes, tell me yes or no. The idea is clear. The binary operator we can do. Is it true? Everything
Yes,
is
sir.
okay.
Yes.
Okay. Same thing we can. I'm just copying this example. See, I'm just copying this example. Copy and paste over here. And I'm just taking the same code over here to save our time. This one. I'm just doing some changes. Rather than the plus operator, I want to use suppose greater symbol. Okay, this operator. So adding not add to, we can say uh, compare two objects. Okay. So instead of the add, I can take the GT. Okay. Keeping as it is all the information, no issue about that one. And rather than this plus this one, I'm just changing its code. And instead of this one I'm removing, and this one. Let me execute this code. Oh, sorry, I have to take the symbol. This symbol would be this symbol. Okay. So object one is having the 100 value. Okay. So object one is having the 100 value, which is smaller than the object two. So we are getting the false. This is a simple answer we are getting. Same thing, instead of this one, rather than the GT, I can put the L. So that is a lesser than we can say. So I'm executing. So now my answer would be true. That's the only point. So it's a choice how you are using your information, how you are in utilizing your information. So in this code, I'm just changing something. First, I'm just keeping the GT, Next, I'm keeping the LT, and I'm just taking the C over here and nothing else to avoid the confusion. Remove the unnecessary remark. Okay. Okay, this would be C, and I'm just keeping everything as it is over. And now I'm calling a OB1, OB1 less than OB2. Okay. So if I'm using this one, so let us see what we are getting. So false. OB1 is lesser than OB2. Okay. So we are getting the false. And now I'm just using this symbol. What we are getting? False. So can anyone tell me right now what the changes I have to do over here? I want to access the LT part. Now what changes I must do? I must change over here only. And now let's check the answer. So now we got our answer. OB1 is greater than OB2, which is false because OB1 we have the 100. Okay, so this will be similar to the 100 is greater than 200. Here, what we are doing, 100 is lesser than 200. So that's why we are getting the true answer. So this is the operator overloading we are doing. So please keep in mind, I am speaking here. Please keep in mind, um, this is and this uh, and this are uh, these are the magic functions, magic or special functions. Operator overloading in Python is totally different from the Java and C++. So that's the point. What we did in the Java and Python, I'm just giving the idea. In the LT or GT, we have to use such operator. That's the point only. But here we have to use some special function which are known as the magic function. So this is a point you have to keep in mind. Yeah, tell me. Anyone who have any doubt?
No, sir.
So far, anyone who need to? Yeah, okay. So these are the simple example I've explained to all what is mean by the operator overloading everything. So now this is a great one. So I will share my notes where you can find the very special function to operator overloading. So for multiplication, I've already spoken. Just we need to use a double underscore mul and double underscore. We can also overload the operator, binary operator. So I'm speaking over here in the notes. You can easily see binary operators. What are those? Plus, minus, multiplications, division, float division operator, double slash. We can say percent symbol. That is the mode, and double star for the power. And then we have used the right shape to left shape to, and then we can also use a logical operator. What are the logical operator? Ampersand, pipe symbol, and cat symbol. So ampersand means and, pipe symbol means for the or, and cat symbol for the XOR. These are the some operator we can do. If talking about the comparison operator, as I shown into my example, GT and LT means greater than less than. So we can use the less than, greater than, less than, equal to. So if I need to use the less than equal to, so what I can say, rather the LT I have to use the LE. For greater than, I have to use the GE, greater than GT, but greater than equal to G. So I can use this one. I can also use the equal. Okay, so we can also take it, and we can also use a not equal to. That these are the some comparison operator we can take. If I take the some other operator to be remember the my memory, that is assignment operator we can take. Assignment operator. What is assignment operator? Minus equal. Minus equal. Minus not equal. Equal symbol will require the two assignment operator. That is the point. For those students who are not familiar, let me just give you the idea. This is what? This is the assignment operator. Please keep in mind. While this is equal operator. Okay, please keep in mind. So assignment operator, I'm just saying like this one minus equal. So this is assignment operators we have. We have a plus equal we can say, multiplication equal, so we can say. So these are the various example of assignment operator. Assignment operator. Okay, so this is the points we have to keep in mind. And we can also use the some unary operator. So unary operator, what are the unary operator? Negate symbol. Okay, then we can take the minus only, and we can use a plus for the positive, and we can also use uh, the tilde symbol to the invert. Let me write over here. If I'm using, I'm just giving the idea for your future purpose. Unary operator we can do operators. So what are the example unary operator? Minus. So if I'm using this one, please keep in mind. If I'm using this one, then minus 4. So we can use a double underscore neg, negative for negative, and double underscore. We need to pass only the single parameter. We don't need to pass any two parameters. Single parameter self that is sufficient because it is a unary operator. One parameter will be applicable. We can also pass this positive, so like this one. So we need to pass this is the sum. But this is the tilde symbol. This tilde symbol is what for? Invert. So I can write invert, and I need to pass on this self. This is what for negative. Okay, this is the point, and this is the for the positive, and undoubtedly this is for the this is just only for what? Invert. This is only for the invert. I'm writing here. Okay, so this is the point we have to keep in. Unary operator means only one parameter. Only one parameter. Please keep in mind statement. Only one parameter will be applicable. This is an important point we have to keep in mind. So we can also overload the many things. So I'm just remembering example. So I would like to share with you over here. You can easily understand. Class temp, just temporary class I'm creating. In this, what I'm doing, I'm just defining the only the constructor that is only sufficient. This one, and here I'm just passing the self. Okay, I need to take the small self, and I'm passing one parameter by which I can also utilize, and it will return only the self dot a whatever we are getting. First, I'm taking unary operator. So in unary operator, I'm taking the invert. Okay, let us check is it true or not. So what it will give? Tf. So I need to write the invert, invert double underscore. Here I need to pass only the one parameter that is self only. Please keep in mind because this is a unary operator. No need to pass the multiple parameters, and we can also pass. Let us check if it is required, then we can pass as this one. And I'm printing a message if it is called properly. My name only here, giving the idea only. Let me get the object o equal to temporary. I'm calling 5. Now I'm just calling the another object o1, o2, and temp. I'm passing here the 9. And I'm trying to print o1 invert o2. Let me check it will run or not. Okay, so invariant syntax o1 is just this symbol actually. In what we have to take the this symbol. This is not applicable. This symbol earlier it was not working. That's why I'm checking once again over here. Invalid syntax. Okay. Let me take the two different parameters. So overloading this symbol. The symbol would be like this one, but it may vary from the Python version to be remember the my memory. So let me take the some t is kind of the variable, and I hope it can work, but it's not working. So yeah, it still it means while calling this one. So we are calling this one, but it is not. So I have to check this one in what part. In what is really working properly. What symbol I'm using perfectly, still it is not. Yeah, so magic function we can write. Okay, so we need to pass any other parameters. So that could be here we are passing the 5. So here we have to take the two parameters. So let me correct something over here. Yeah, it could be uh, I'm just taking only variable required because we need to pass something, because without this one we are able to compare. So no issue about this one. And this one temporary, okay, is coming in what temporary I'm taking. Okay, just it should return only. Okay, let me write over here. Okay, just this one t. 5 will store into the t part. Okay, and 9 also written, and then O1 are two objects I've created over here. Now let me check once again. Still there is invalid syntax is coming. So uh, let me print this part right now. O1 what we are getting, and O2. Okay, so both are storing in the two different location, but this symbol I'm trying to use over here. The symbol is correct. So in what and no other operator will be over here. Now let me check. This is not a correct symbol. So okay, so if I'm taking the invert so O1, invert missing the one required parameter. Still it is an invalid syntax. Yes, can anyone tell me right now what the mistakes is going on? Syntactically it is correct actually. Okay, and we are writing the invert is a correct statement we are writing, no issue. And this is also known the reverse, no issue about that one. Unlike the B we have done. Okay, so this would be invert. So
Sir, can you show your invert function definition?
yeah, please see. Only see So see, we are passing the 5. Okay, so 5 and 9. So along with the self of this, we need to use this variable t to store the value of the 5 and 9. That's the only reason. As we can do one thing, because we are see 5. So a will keep this information a, and we are calling this one. So no issue about this one. We can also leave it right now. In the earlier version of the Python, it was running successfully, but here with the Google, it is just symbol is correct. That is the symbol we have to take. And overloading this cat, not cat, this is the tilde symbol. We go for the two operands. We can say so. That's why we have this one. And our class name is temporary. So we are also putting the correct one. I think there is some problem with this part right now. So O2 this comparison we can do. So let's see. This part I am just right now skipping. Okay, so without I do not want to waste much time. This part I will say later on. Why this part is not working? Rest of the part is working. It means I'm defined this invert correctly. This operator this operator let me see once again if I'm putting correctly. So why this operator is not working, that part I will see later on. But I hope the operator overloading concept is clear. Yes, tell me yes or no. The operator overloading is concept clear, because other things are perfectly working except to this. Oh, okay, let me take the negate or positive rather than let me take the negate. And okay, and then I must use only the one operator here, and then we will see. Maybe this Google Colab is not supporting print minus O1. Missing one more parameter. So maybe this may ask like this one. So let me check. Yeah. So this is a problem. That part I need to check once again. Okay, and then I have to take invert. And let me remove this part right. Still, there's some problem. So one parameter I'm taking. No,
Actually, I guess if you remove t, like if you don't take t as a parameter, then it would work.
okay. Let me check. Okay. First, I'm
Yeah.
executing. Yeah. Yeah. This one is correct right now. So we need to pass this one like when. Okay. So good. Thank you. So like this one, let me complete this code right now along with this one. This kind of the small or silly mistakes may happen with us as well many times. So negate. So what is the we are putting? So I'm just giving the message negative only. So I'm giving the message invert. So what I'm returning, that is my functional definition. So here for next printing print, then I have to take the minus, minus and O2. Okay, because O1 we have taken. So this says I'm getting. Okay, so this is printing this value negative and invert. So this is a unary operator we can also overload, and according this one we can also manage as our required. So what I can say, return invert. Okay, let me add one more method for the unary to give you more idea about this one. Uh, self, and I'm just want to return self dot uh, a equal to self dot a multiply 19. Suppose So when I'm just overload the positive operator. Okay, this is a positive operator, not plus operator, positive operator. So what it will do, it will multiply the value of the a. What is the value of the a? Could be the 9 or 5, depending on the object, which object I'm using. So I'm using the object only the O1, suppose that I'm putting the plus operator. Not plus, this is a positive operator. So 5 will come and 5 into 90 will should display over here. Let us check. This is code required, right? This one. Cell.a. Uh, so it is again invalid syntax. Oh, I need to put into the bracket. Or let me take into the print part.
Just just self
Uh,
dot a into 19. That would work.
into 19. Okay, that's okay. We don't need to use the operator. Yeah. So again, this is the bad operator, the plus operator, temporary. So it means when we are doing anything, we need to do like this one. So, but some operators are not allowed to us to overload. So we can print like this one. So bad operand type the unary plus, so temporary. Okay, let me take the O2 as well. The same error we are getting. So the problem is over here in the unary operator. This is a right way we are passing plus O2. Okay, so no issue about that one. This when I'm using the plus or minus, this particular this magic function is calling, but this is not giving this value. So only just 90. Let us check this value again. The bad operator for the temporary. So it means we are bind by do something. Same can we do something in the negative as well. Let us check. Let us check. Yeah. So bad operator temporary only positive we are getting. Let me remove this one right now. Okay, so it is returning none. So we are printing this one. We are calling 90. So it is returning 90. Okay. Okay. So
Sir, actually, for pause, you have not used double underscore. That's why
no,
error
no,
was given.
no. Actually, what happened? If I'm using the O2, okay. So if I'm using the O2, let me write double equal to. I'm not using anywhere. Okay.
No, no, no.
Let
Like, sir, for
l-
the pause operator, you haven't actually
no.
overloaded it because you have written the name of the method wrong.
Which one? Pause.
Sir, yeah, double underscore, sir. It's just single
Yeah,
underscore.
Actually, this is a private. Okay, so this should be this would be private. Now, yes. Thank you for just giving the idea. Okay, so just now we got this one right now. Okay, so when I'm using the this is the invert time operator overload. Okay, so this is the invert I'm using. So invert I'm getting the message invert. Okay, no, undoubtedly. When I'm calling this negative, so my operator is overload. So I'm just getting the minus 90. So I'm getting the 90, and then it is returning none. So why it is giving the none? Because it does not returning none values. Okay, so please keep in mind it does not uh, return none. Okay, so that's why we are getting the none. So I'm putting into the my code over here for your helping purpose. You can also see. Same, I'm just calling the plus 2 or the plus O2. So what I'm getting 90. Okay, instead of the 90, you can take the 4, 5, 6 sub. So whatever you want to take, no issue. Now, so you are getting the same value, but it does not returning any value. So we are getting the none over here. That's the only reason. Okay. So I'm just putting the same comment over here. So this is the point. Now, this operator overloading is clear right now. We can also overload the unary operator. We can also overload the some assignment operators. We can also overload the some comparison operators. We can also operate the some binary operators. So it's our requirement. But keep in mind the double underscore add, double underscore gt, double underscore lt. That's this mistakes I have done while putting the double underscore and defining the pause operator. So that's the reason we have to keep in mind. We can overload the many operators as ever required. So this is what I'm doing. I'm writing the print 456, print minus 90. This is the user defined. So an overload operator can be overloaded as a requirement. So we are changing its behavior. And what's the behavior? It's a defining function part we can see. This is the point. Now this operator overloading concept is clear right now. Is it basic idea is clear?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Okay, so now I'm going to start a new concept right now. That's the point. We have the exception handling. Okay, in a short program, I will tell everything. Exception handling. In the exception handling, we have a three different kind of the things. One is a try, catch, and a finally block. In the try, catch, and finally block, we have to understand everything. So question comes in our mind: what is an exception actually? An exception in Python programming is an incident that happens while executing a program that causes the regular courses of the program's command and to be disrupted. So when a Python code comes across a condition, it can't be handled. It can't be handled. It raises many exception. Depends on the what kind of exception we can get in. Just like the divide by zero error. So this is a what? This is the logically there is no syntactical error, but by the logically we have an error. Syntactically there is no error, but logically we have error. So this is the exception will come while running the programs only, not the compile time. Compile time we don't have any error, but at runtime we have a error. That's the point we have to keep in mind. So an object in the Python that describe an error is called an exception. So when a Python code throws an exception, it has two options: handle the exception and immediately or stop or quit. So what I'm just writing, I'm writing very simple code I'm writing for helping purpose. See, I'm just putting very simple code. I'm taking the variable temporary, temporary variable, and I'm putting the just like the random string. In this random string, I'm just running. I want to run a loop for as equal as in temp, and I'm just putting if condition uh, as not equal to s is not equal to a, something like this one, and then printing s. Let me execute this code. So this is the invalid syntax. We are getting the error. Why? Because we are having logical error. We are having a syntactic error. That's the point. So Python code, after removing this parenthesis or whatever you want to do, that's why we are getting the error. This is coming the syntax error. So point we have to clear in mind: syntactic error and logical error are the two different concepts. Let me write over here. Here, syntactic syntax uh, syntactical error, syntax error. We can say error comes uh, come when there is typing error, typing mistakes of the syntaxes. While what? While while logical error comes, or maybe it can be many errors. So I need to write logical errors come from logical mistakes. And what is the logical mistakes? Just like I'm taking a variable a equal to 1 by 2, no error, because there is no error, no compile time error, no logical error. But I'm taking the b, so here we don't have no error in the syntactically, but logically we have logical error, like which one? Divide by 0. Number cannot be divided by 0, so this is known as uh, this is known as exception. Okay, I'm writing capital, no issue. So, and this is a basic idea about the exception or logical error. Let us understand by the exception handling part. So we have a some statement in the exception handling. And what is exception handling? To handle the exception, just like coming to divide by 0. So try and accept statements are more important to understand the Python programming. So in Python, we catch exception and handle them using try and accept code blocks. The try clause contain the code and can raise an exception, while while the accept clause, that's the exception part. I'm speaking short and way. Accept clause contains the code lines that handle the exception. And let's see by the help of our example, so the picture will be clear in your mind as well. So I'm putting a simple syntax. Let us understand by the help of the example. Example. I'm taking the variable temporary equal to a list variable. I'm writing my name over here to so no one will be. This is the point. Temporary variable is a list variable I have created over here. I'm trying to do something, try block. Okay, the try. So what I'm trying to looping through the element of array, that is array we are defining. Okay, so it's a not list, sorry, this is an array. I'm defining temporary array, looping through the elements of an array. So that is a temporary variable I'm getting over here, and choosing a range that goes beyond the length of the array. So how I can say, for I in temp, and what temp, I in range temp, this one. So here what I can pass the 4. Okay, 4, and put in this one, and then I'm just printing message print the index and element value I want to print. So I want to print I, comma, space I'm giving, and then comma, and then temp and I. This is my code. And if an error occurs, then try block will raise an error. The try we're trying. So try block will consider if there is an error occurs, and except block will execute by the Python interpreter. So except block will catch the such exception. So here we need to use except keyword. In mind, the indentation is more important. So this is for handling exception. Okay, so I must go for this proper indentation. So it should print a message uh, out of index bound. Out of index, not bound. Okay, there's a message. Let's see what we can get it. An indent doesn't match the indentation level. That's a point I was thinking. Yeah, this one. Let me write correctly indentation. Okay, so this is the exception is come. Yeah, in Python, indentation is more important. Still an indent temporary. Okay, there's only typing. Yeah, this indentation is more important Python. So now we got the message. The four, because I will start from the 0, 2, 0, 1, 2, and 3, and okay. But the question comes in our mind. On the 0 index, we have a Birendra. First index, we have a Singh. And second index, we have my last name. But about this one, 3, it does not meet the index value. Okay, so that is the point we have to keep in mind. Index value. So that's why I'm getting the error. Okay, so please keep in mind, try and accept. Yes, if I'm putting the 2, let's see. If I'm putting the 3, so what we can say? Yeah, so no error, no exception generated. Why? Because it is meeting the criteria 0, 1, 2, 3. And yes, of course, in the range function definitely will execute till the last minus 1. Okay, 3 minus 1 by till 2 it will execute 0, 1, 2. Okay, same thing if I can go for the 2, then I can see. Okay, so only two parts will be printed, okay, from the my array. But in the case of the 4, I am getting the error because out of the my index error. That is the only point. So this is a basic part of the try and catch block. It is clear to all right now. The basic part is clear.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so let me just expand the my idea on this point right now. So now we have a question: how to raise an exception? So if a condition does not meet our criteria, but it's correct according to the Python interpreter, so we can intentionally raise an exception using the raise keyword, and we can use a customized exception in conjunction with the statement. That's the point. So Python code to show how to raise the exception. So I am just taking a very simple example. So question we have raising an exception. This is the point we are seeing right now. Let us take an example. Number I'm taking. So number I'm taking in front in the form of the array only. So putting inside this one, I'm putting random number. Okay, you can also unfortunately sequentially. So I'm putting random number. Okay, so now the picture will be clear in mind. So how many numbers you have taken? Only 5 numbers. Now, if length of the number is greater than 3, if LE, if you remember the function in the Python programming, if the length of this number is greater than 3, then what should be? What should be? It must raise exception, exception, raise exception. Uh, Length is more than 3, then I can put it over here. More, you have uh, more than 3 numbers. Let me check. Is it okay? And then presenter. So raise the exception. This code I'm putting over here. Okay, no issue about that part. Let me check. Raising an exception is working. Raise exception. You have more than three number. Raising the exception. I need to check where is the error. Indentation is correct. Yes, indentation is also correct. No issue about the indentation part. So I'm just putting over here. Yeah. So exception is coming like this way. But suppose I'm number giving the six. Let us check what you are getting. Yeah. So my code is perfectly executed. Okay. Now it is clear all right now. If I'm giving the right value six instead of the this one, so I'm raising the raise. Okay. This code is executing perfectly where I'm putting the six because number total number I have the four. So length of the number is greater than six. Okay, tell me one, two, three, four, five. Then what I'm getting? I'm raising the exception. I'm not raising the exception. When my condition is false, my condition is false, I'm not raising the any exception. But when my condition is true, then I'm raising the exception as a manual. Raising the exception manually. Okay, so this is the point we need to understand manually. So we can also raise the exception as manually by using the raise keyword. Okay, so here we are getting this point right now. When condition is true, so we are raising the exception. You have more than three numbers. Okay. Now it is clear all right now. This error will come like this one. Okay, don't worry. We are writing the correct code. It is clear all. It is clear to all right now.
Yes, sir.
I'm writing here for helping purpose. You can also update three by five, six, or more than five. Okay, more than uh, three, more than five value. Okay, let us continue this concept now. So, what is assertion actually? Assertion is what? Like, this is the term we need to keep in mind. Now we have seen the two block. One is a try block and catch block, and we can also raise the manually our exception as our desired what we want. If condition is not correct, suppose condition is not correct, so we can raise the exception. But sometimes we feel what we have written, it is similar to like a error we are getting, but error this is not error. This is just coming from the raise keyword. So assertion in Python programming. When we are finished verifying the program, an assertion is a consistency test that we can switch on or off. Assertion just like an error message you are coming, it is coming in your window. When you're putting the wrong values, I'm putting the 5, but it should be the 6. So I'm getting the error. You are putting the wrong value, or instead of the number, I'm putting the ABC. That is not applicable. Data type mismatch. This kind of error reporting in front of the my screen. So this is coming through the assertion word concept. The simplest way to understand an assertion is to compare it with an if and condition, if then condition. An exception is true, it outcomes is false, and when exception and expression is evaluated. So assertion are made by the assert statement, and it was added to the Python different libraries or different versions. Assertion are most commonly used at the beginning of the function to inspect for a valid input, and at the end of the calling the function to inspect for the valid output. So it's very simple thing. You have to use the assert keyword, like the accept keyword, and the try keyword. We have to use the word that is the keyword that is assert. Okay. These things I would like to explain by the help of the code, so the picture will be clear in your mind. So very simple things I'm just taking over here. Uh, let us understand. assert, okay, keyword. Now I'm defining the function, temporary function I'm defining. Okay, in this function I'm just passing a number, any number you can take it. So and I'm just taking only, and then I'm just putting a keyword, that is assert keyword, and I'm putting condition if number is less than 3. Okay, please keep in mind that my condition 3. Then it will give a message. Please enter value more than 3. This is a message I want to display by the assert. And if it is true, then it will return number multiplied by the 2 only. Okay, don't worry. This simple concept I'm taking. Now we need to call this function. So in the print method, I'm just calling this function. I'm calling temporary function for the sending purpose. I'm passing here 2. Then I'm passing print temp. Here I'm passing the 6, and then I'm just writing temp. I'm passing here 3. Okay, and let us see what we are getting. Let us see. Yeah, this is the point we are getting. So assert is reporting the please enter the value more than 3. If I'm just hiding this part right now, this one is 2 number, please enter assert. Yes, this is this error is known as the assertion error. So the Python basically examines the adjacent expression as well, preferably true when it finds an assertion statement. So Python throw an assertion error exception if the result of the expression is false. Okay, please keep in mind. If the condition is false, as you can see, the condition is false in the second statement. Okay, here the condition is I can write over here. Condition is false. Okay, then it will report an error which is known as the assertion error. So Python use argument exception. If the assertion fails, the argument for the assertion error, we can use the try catch clause to catch the handle assertion error exception. But if they are not in the program, will stop. So Python interpreter will generate a trace back. As you can see over here, trace back. We are getting this one right now. Suppose I'm just doing some changes over here, and let's check. Okay. So the assistant will report when number is less than, okay, this condition is again is a 2. Okay, so please enter the value more than 3. So here no issue, but here I'm just putting this one. Let me check once again. Okay, okay, still if I'm just hiding this one, and let me execute. Okay, so the assertion error is coming. Please enter the value more than 3. So I'm putting the here 6, and the 6 will come over here. So it will come on the right. Assertion, okay, number this one. Yeah, everything is okay. So now number I'm passing, okay, temporary. This is condition false actually, not here. It's condition actually false here. So now I just temporary 2. Okay, so number should be this one. The number will come to temporary. Yes, so on the correct statement, let us check once again. Please enter value more than 3. Here I am putting the value more than 3. The temporary number will come. Tree number is less than 6 less than 3. Condition false. Yes, now got it. Okay, so this is the point. Symbol, I am using the symbol wrongly. Now I'm executing this point right now. You can see the successor is coming because this value is false. So we are getting the error. So the condition is false. Then we will get uh, we get assertion error. Please keep in mind. And here the condition is false. So we are getting the assertion error. So what I'm doing to avoid such thing, I'm just making as a comment. Now my code will run. Now this is the assert keyword we have to keep in mind. Now it is clear all right, or it is clear to all one.
Yes.
Okay, instead of this one, I must use the value less than. Okay, so it was a mistake by me by the symbols only. So now got it. I'm just keeping this as it is for your notes purpose, so you can easily understand the statement is true. So try and else clause we can also have a try and else clause we can also have. Let me write a very simple code and to understand what we can get it. Okay, so let me take one more example. I will take 5 minutes more to you and try and try. I'm trying a variable which is just returning the value t equal to for temporary. Uh, this could be the 3 divided by 0 divided by 3. If any exception is generate, then we can say except. Then we can also define the some standard error actually. So standard errors means zero division error. So we can accept like zero division error. Okay, so this is what this is a predefined errors we can also use. Predefines message, and what it will give if this exception is generating by the try block, then we can accept by the accept keyword, and we can also print divide divided by 0 error. Okay, and just for understanding purpose I'm taking this is the point. And we must see else we can also take if it is not like this one, everything is okay. And if it is not handling by us, so we can also use the else keyword, and we can also print. Okay, this one, this is a simple example I'm taking. Let us check. So we are getting the exception generating over here, but even putting the 3 by 8. Okay, so now this is what. So in the try block, nothing is happened. Okay, everything is perfectly. So now try block is coming to the else part. Okay, this code is executing correctly, no issue. And this coming to the else part, jumping to the else part. I'm printing this one right now. But when I'm just executing this block, an exception is generating, then except keyword will handle the exception. What is exception divided by 0 error, and so it is bring the message divided by 0. This is the point. So this actually is basically optional, but somehow you want to use, you can use to make a program to make your things. And instead of this one, you can also use the finally. I'm just changing nothing except to the else. I'm using the keyword finally. So it's a choice of what you want to use. Okay, you can execute same code, but not this one. So what is the difference between the finally and else? Instead of the else, I'm taking the finally. So what I'm getting in the try exception generated, this message printing, and they will not jump to the else part. But in the try block, Exception generating, it is printing the divide by zero error message, and it also is printing the finally. This is the point. So finally means, what is the finally? So what is the meaning of the finally keyword? The finally keyword is available in the Python programming, and it always used after the try catch block. And the finally code block is always executed after the try block or terminated normally. So it doesn't mean, okay. So I can say right over here, it will always execute. It will always execute. But else part will execute. I can write here for note purpose. Will execute when when exception when tell me when exception is failed. Exception is failed means there is no exception. Then it will print like this one. See this one. There is no exception, so it will come to the else part. It will execute the when exception is failed. Okay, please keep in mind. Okay, this is the point. But in the finally, it doesn't mean the exception is generating in not, but finally will always execute. That's the point of it. So these are two differences we have to keep in mind. Now, this idea is clear right now? Yes, tell me yes or no. The difference between the finally and else in the try catch block. So you can also use the try catch block in the exception to handle the exception undoubtedly.